Hello, this is Sunshine Zook talking about the most underutilized social welfare programs. When I started thinking about this, it took me a little while to think about what I felt was the most underutilized programs. We hear a lot in the news, especially with the election, about so many programs being abused and utilized by people that may or may not be actually eligible for them, or people who are taking advantage of the system. So I couldn't imagine that there were that many programs out there that were underutilized. And as I started to look into it more and think about it, I think that what is underutilized is a lot of the extra programs that aren't as directly linked to, your basic necessities. Uh, things like housing, food, cash assistance, and even the medical. Those are, very basic necessities that most people need and do not go without, or if at all possible, they will definitely look into utilizing those programs. But in a lot of ways, if you're getting those basic needs met through your assistance, these other programs are just as important, especially if you have children. So one thing that when I was researching, was that there are a lot of military benefits that are very underutilized. One of them being counseling, which, there's still a lot of stigma that goes along with mental health, PTSD, especially in the armed forces. But there are a lot of counseling services out there, for members of the military and their families. And then some other things were a spousal scholarship fund, where only 20% of those eligible are utilizing that resource. You know, um, so educational costs are not just available for the military members themselves, but for their spouses as well. Other things include the morale, welfare, and recreational program, which involves fitness centers, but also things like renting a boat or a bouncy house for a child's birthday. And again, as a child, if you, especially if one of your parents is gone for a long time, or you're moving from place to place, little things like that, make a big difference, that you might not automatically think of. There's a digital library that's available along with tutoring that again may help children that are, having some difficulties in school because of the situation at home. Some other programs that I had found right here in Pittsburgh, they go along with anyone who has an access card, which would be Medicaid or SNAP benefits. There's a lot of additional discounts that you can receive with that at local museums, Andy Warhol Museum, Children's Museum, the Natural History Museum. And again, a lot of people can go without visiting a museum. But if you are getting the assistance, through Medicaid and through SNAP, and that's helping you to where you still have a few dollars and you can get such a deep discount with your access card, it can be great to take the kids to the Children's Museum so that they feel a little bit more normal, and not as, missing out on everything. Back to the military benefits, they have free access to the zoo, free access to a lot of other things around town. Again, that can just, help that child's experience to not feel so out of place that they are missing out on a lot of the activities that their peers are being able to take advantage of. Um, as a recipient of unemployment, you're eligible to utilize the food bank, regardless of income guidelines, just for having received unemployment. That's hugely underutilized, and can really fill a void for fresh produce, where you might be, on a budget and choosing less nutritious options. So, as a whole, that's the group of programs that I feel is most underutilized.